A look at a nightmare many celebrities fear might really come true for them. These are actual letters written to a celebrity from a fan. They were turned over to West Coast detectives for evaluation.
The person made the statement that he was going to kill the person and how he was going to do it, that he was going to shoot the person in the head and that the person's head would splatter apart like a ripe tomato.
It's a growing problem because of the state of the world we live in. It's all over the world. This world has been in a cycle of violence which started about 18 years ago. We have not reached the peak yet.
New information tonight in the Rebecca Schaefer murder case. Phil Schuman reports it has to do with how easy it is to track down a star.
Police say Robert Bardo had a problem. He was obsessed with actress Rebecca Schaefer but didn't know where to find her. A Tucson private detective agency took care of that for a couple of $100. Tonight, an employee at the Anthony agency said of Bardo, he said he was writing to Schaefer and wanted to send her a present. He asked for a mailing address.
Every day we get calls for someone trying to locate someone.
In Los Angeles, Phil Liitle owns West Coast Detectives. He said reputable private investigators never release addresses as easily as Bardo apparently got Schaefer's, celebrity or not.
We never give an address directly to the person that comes to us. We let them know, yes, we have found them. If we deem it's legitimate, we give it to the person they're looking for, and we tell them what we've been told. Now it's up to them to contact the person themselves.
And with the Oscars but 2 days away, preparations to get everything just so are moving swiftly. Also moving swiftly are plans for heavy security at this year's Academy Awards. Eric Burns has details in this report.
Phil Liitle of West Coast Detectives Incorporated on security at the Oscars.
And the problems run in from anything from the fan that is maybe a little obsessed, but they all don't want to just touch the person. They don't want to hurt them. You know, or if they could get a piece of their clothing, they would love that. You have that area up all the way up to the person that might be there that wants to harm them.
Liitle won't say how much money is being spent on security at this year's Oscars or how many security people will be on hand at the ceremony. He did talk about a problem in the past with one of Charlie's Angels who attended the ceremony.
We then set up personal protection, did surveillance, and when the person came back, this was prior to the Oscars, when they came back, they actually had a gun in their pocket. We arrested them on the scene, and we headed off and prevented a problem.
Because of the world situation as it presently is, security at the Oscars this year will be the most intensive ever.
Because of the world situation, because of the general terrorist threats and these kind of areas, the security has been heightened, the awareness is up.
Interesting problem that you have. You want to talk about this on television generally to try to scare people away from trying to do anything untoward, but you don't want to talk specifically because then that person would have an advantage, know what he needs to overcome. So it's a fine line you have to walk in discussing this on television, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Our whole mode is prevention.
The celebrities will walk past the fans this year, Wednesday night. Eric Burns, Fox News.
After the stars are dressed up and made up, they have to get to the Academy Awards. And this is the way to go. We ready, Phil?
We're ready.
West Coast Detectives is a Los Angeles limousine company that also provides security services for their clients.
Now, how much does this cost? Give me some price ranges.
Well, it starts with the risk assessment up front that we do for our clients. Could be $300, $400, or $500. The average that someone would spend in a low-level position for that night would probably be $500 or $600. The medium risk person that's going to have some advanced work, have the protection agent there with them, are probably going to spend $700 to $1,000. And then if you're high level, and maybe we're going to have 2 people with them, you know, they could easily spend $2,000 or $3,000 for that one night.
On Oscar night, it's not what you pay to get there. The most important thing is looking good.
Ronald Reagan's Bel Air home clearly gets a lot of security. Still, 2 years ago, a man jumped the fence and got just inside the front door before he was stopped. And one security specialist says when former presidents appear at some events, it's the sponsors, not the Secret Service, which provide a lot of the security.
Many events hire low-paid security people to work these highly critical areas, and in that lies the problem.
Low paid is how much, you figure?
Oh, maybe $6 to $6 an hour.